Hello YouTube world, Pretend Farmer here. Not a real farmer, just pretending. Today we're going to talk about some stuff that every chicken owner needs to know about their chickens. We're going to go over the basic parts of a chicken, mainly just externally speaking. For my first demo here, we have Snowdrop. We'll be looking at a couple different chickens today for different features, but she exhibits a lot of them nicely, so we're going to start with her. She's a little bit nervous. She doesn't like being on camera. So the first thing I want to discuss on this chicken is her muff. The muff is this fluffy white beard that she's got under her cheeks. And not every breed of chicken has these, but being this is a salmon Favril, she has the fluffy white cheeks, which is called a muff. So Miss Molly here demonstrates perfectly what a comb looks like on top of a chicken's head. The floppy thing up there, this thing here, that's a comb. If you don't know which part is the eyes, you should probably get a goldfish. Earlobes are kind of back in this region here. They're the red things you see. Fun fact, chickens that have red earlobes typically lay brown eggs, while chickens that have white earlobes will lay white eggs. I think Americanas and Easter eggers are obviously exceptions to this rule. The chicken's beak is what she pecks with, obviously. These things that dangle under her chin here, these little fleshy looking dangly things, those are called wattles. These feathers that run kind of vertically down their neck are called hackle. And then when you get into the legs, this is the thigh, foot. Now chickens have something up in here on their chest called a crop. And when they eat their food, it goes into this crop to get stored. And while that's an internal body part, the reason I mention it is because a lot of times if the chicken eats a lot of corn or something, really gorges herself, that crop you'll see kind of bulge out on her chest. It'll look like a lump, but that's normal. It's just where the crop is filling up. The flat part of her back where you'd put a saddle on any other animal, these are called saddle feathers. You'll hear these come up when you get to talking about roosters, because a lot of times the roosters will tear up these saddle feathers and you might have to actually get a chicken saddle which protects their saddle. Whew! Pretend Farmer is out of breath. Roosters don't like to cuddle quite like the hens do. They can be a little more challenging to catch. I was able to grab a hold of one of my young cockerels. This is a young adolescent rooster. We call him Foghorn Leghorn because, well, he looks like Foghorn Leghorn. What can I say? Now there's three features on a rooster that I want to point out that I can't show you on a hen. Roosters have a lot longer feathers going around their neck than hens do. And this often is referred to as the cape on a rooster. These would be his cape feathers here, these long ones. So roosters have a cape as well as spurs, which he hasn't got yet, but roosters typically will have spurs coming off the back of their shanks here. I'm going to show you a quick clip of Bucky's spurs. He's my mature rooster, and he's got a nice set of spurs on him. He's got kind of a comfort zone that he doesn't want me to violate. I'm going to respect that, but I'm going to sort of get close to him and show you what his spurs look like, just so you can have an idea. Those spikes that you see coming off the back of his legs that are up the highest, the ones that look like overgrown toenails, those are his spurs. Also, right now you're getting a really good picture of his tail feathers and how they're a whole lot higher up, much more larger profile feathers than the hens have. Don't get me wrong, the hens still have tail feathers, but they're nowhere near as long as the roosters. So there you have it, folks. Bust out some of this cool chicken terminology next time you get around some real farmers, and you might be able to convince them that you're one of them. You know, a chicken's comb is often an indicator of their overall health. Sometimes if they get in a fight with another chicken, their wattles might start to bleed. It's important that you know what these parts are so that you can talk to other people about what's hurt on your chicken, how to treat it, so on and so forth. I hope you've enjoyed this video on parts of a chicken that every chicken farmer needs to know. If I left anything out, leave a comment. If you liked it, leave a comment. Look at that beautiful white muff. So clean.